Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Monday, July 31st.
The search is going to be publicly advertised in a number of states. It's not just here. So it's going to be a nationwide search.
The search for a new superintendent for Flagler schools is underway, with the Florida School Boards Association leading the charge. As part of the search process, Flagler Schools is looking for community input. An online survey is currently open to anyone now on the Flagler Schools website. Cheryl Massaro is chair of the school board.
This is the one opportunity that community members who may not be available to meet these individuals one-on-one, but at least give us some direction as to what we're looking for and what this community needs are when we are hiring a new superintendent for the school year starting in January.
The survey will close on Friday, September 15th. As for interim superintendent LaShaka Moore, will she apply for the position?
As far as our interim superintendent goes, I think that she's pretty much doing on-the-job training for the school board, too, to see if this is something she may be interested in applying for. We don't know yet, and that'll remain to be seen.
Board members have laid out the timeline, with a new superintendent of schools to be named by November 7th, with a projected start date of January 1st, 2024. To learn more about the process, visit flaglerschools.com/superintendent-search. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. Meanwhile, interim superintendent LaShaka Moore has recently announced two significant appointments within Flagler schools. Marcus Sanfilippo, principal of Bunnell Elementary School and also the current principal of the year for Flagler schools, will be taking on the role of coordinator of special projects at the district office. The position will involve fostering effective communication between various instructional departments, school leaders, and the community. With Sanfilippo moving to the district office, the position of principal at Bunnell Elementary School will be taken up by Donnell Evanson, known for her outstanding contributions as the current assistant principal of the year for Flagler schools. Sanfilippo and Evanson will be working through a transition period before the start of the 2023-2024 school year, which begins August 10th. Earlier this year, Sheriff Rick Staley reported a 54% decrease in crime within Flagler County. However, how does the situation compare across the state of Florida?
Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody was a guest on a recent episode of the Business Report here on WNZF. She said that Florida is in the middle of a 50-year low crime rate. Moody said that the state is not immune from the pressures that other states face.
We're trying to do everything that we can at the state level to recognize those challenges and make sure that Florida is in the best position to fight back against crime. And thus far, that strategy has worked.
Moody said that the governor is supportive with whatever her office needs to support law enforcement. The Business Report is on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 10 and on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, Moody talks about what attracts human trafficking to Florida. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
Flagler County Fire Rescue stands out when it comes to treating heart attack patients.
Flagler County Fire Rescue has distinguished itself when it comes to treating heart attack patients and has been awarded the American Heart Association Mission Lifetime EMS Silver for 2023. Flagler Fire Chief Michael Tucker.
Recognition of what we've done is to be able to create a system that connects us with the hospital. We've been working on it for years. It's not really anything new, but this is a recognition of all the work that's gone into this, so that we can get notifications to the hospitals of myocardial infarctions and speed their way, into more definitive care.
Tucker adds fire rescue paramedics can begin treatment upon arrival, which is invaluable and potentially life-saving time.
Florida's youth ranches will continue operating with the help of a huge donation.
Flagler County Sheriff's Office employees donated over $25,000 to the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches FSYR, making FCSO employees' total donations over $158,000 since 2017. More from Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
Our employees are dedicated to the youth of our community and supporting the youth that need a hand and guidance to make sure that they stay on the correct path.
The FSYR was founded in 1957 and has been improving the lives of at-risk children through several different Florida locations and comprehensive programs. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
We know there's a lot of veterans out there doing great things in our community who brought their skills from the military to Flagler County.
And Flagler County would like to shine the spotlight on those veterans. Nominees are being accepted through the end of September for the Flagler County Colonel Gary DeKay Veteran of the Year Award. Flagler County Veteran Services Officer David Lydon.
So we're asking our 13,000 veterans and the families of those veterans and friends to select your favorite veteran who's been serving their community, who have an outstanding career in the military, whether it's any of the branches, including the new Space Force and the Merchant Marine. And so we would like to get as many nominations as possible.
The winner will be presented their award on Veterans Day at the Flagler County Veterans Day ceremony in front of the Government Services Building in Bunnell. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.